In this video, I'm going to tell you about Reshape the Stars and where I'd like to invite you on a journey of a self-improvement movement. Welcome to Reshape the Stars. My name is Marcus and I help people reshape their life. Throughout this video, I'm going to share some of my own personal stories with you, and I'm going to share some information on how to go from rags to riches. And I don't just mean rags to riches as in rags to driving a Ferrari. There's all that stuff in between. Finding that job you've always wanted, achieving a goal in the gym, finally losing that weight you wanted to lose, quitting smoking. There's all these other things that are stories of success. Rags to riches stories are amazing, to go from nothing to driving a Ferrari and living in a mansion. Sometimes it's about the little things, all those things in between. And great, if you want the Ferrari and a big mansion, it's yours to get. But there's all those things on the journey to the big mansion. I started life living in a very small market town where there was no mixed race people living in the town. So when I went to school, I was the only mixed race kid in that school. I suffered extreme racism as a child growing up, to the point I used to go home and I'd scrub myself in the sink until my arms almost bled. And at one time I even got a pair of scissors and started to try to cut my skin off because I hated having dark skin. I just wanted to be white. I just wanted to be accepted and fit in. And then I started going to school angry, and people would call me names and I would lash out, and then I'd be the one getting into trouble. So it was just a vicious cycle of me looking like a bully, people bullying me hitting those people, and it just became one thing after another. I was the oldest of 6 children. All 6 children had a different dad, so none of our dads was around to help bring any of the children up. So in a lot of ways I became the father figure to my brothers and sisters. There was never much food in the house. Times was pretty tough growing up. I left school at 16 years old with no qualifications, a criminal record and no hope for the future. Everybody wrote me off. Everybody said I would be in jail by the time I was 16, and guess what? I almost was. I was in court at 16 years old, facing going to a young offenders. Fast forward to now. I have a beautiful wife, I live in a beautiful home, I get to travel the world, I'm an international touring artist, I'm a music agent, I'm on a journey to become a public speaker, and I'm the creator of Reshape the Stars. But as we talked, that rags to riches, and this is my riches. I don't yet drive the Ferrari and I don't yet live in the mansion, but I have a beautiful home and I have a beautiful car. I have my own tour van, which is my equivalent of my Ferrari. But it wasn't all easy. It didn't just happen overnight. There was a journey along the way to get to where we are right now. And that journey had so many ups and downs. See, in life, sometimes we want to get from A to B and we think that the path is just a straight path, but we never account for the pits and valleys and mountains and the change in weather and seasons. And that is just inevitable in life. The key is to take those little drops of success, and each little tiny thing becomes a big thing. There's a saying that I heard recently: if you take one single drop of water, it does no harm. If you take a lot of drops of water, those drops become a puddle. That puddle becomes a lake, and that lake can become an ocean. So if you look at that as in drops of negativity, that negativity that comes into your life can become the puddle, can become the lake, and can become the ocean. And each one of those comes as a little tiny drop of negativity. And I thought about this. I thought, maybe flip that on its head and look at the same principle of drops of success. The little things that we do amount to the puddle of success, that then amount to the lake of success, and eventually will amount to the ocean of success. And this is what you need to do on your journey, and what I have done on my journey is take the negative and try and turn it into the positive. Learn from the negative. Don't look at the failure as failure and give up. You know, there's a saying to say that we never fail until we quit. You can fail 1,000 times and succeed once. You only have to succeed once, but if you quit, you would never know if you was going to succeed. I started to believe I was a victim in life. I was like, why do things always go wrong for me? I thought I was cursed. I actually started to research, can somebody actually curse you? I really started to believe that my life was cursed. I was just convinced that everything kept going wrong for me, and that pattern continued throughout life. Every time things got good, I was like, everything's going to go bad now because it's good. And guess what? It did. Everything did go bad every single time. 5 years ago, we ended up in a place where we had absolutely nothing. We was in thousands of pounds worth of debt. We didn't know what we was going to do. Our relationship was in pieces. And to be honest, I was convinced that life, the world had it in for me. And I came across The Secret, and it just blew me away. I started to look more into the law of attraction, and I started to create vision boards and really started to believe that I wasn't unlucky. I was there, I could create my own luck, and things don't always have to go bad. And the little bits of practice, the drops of success started to build. Little weird things started to happen. And then my wife's grandfather actually passed away. And the family asked us, would you be able to help and take care of Lizzie's grandma for a few days? And we was like, of course we can. You know, we'll go and look after her and, you know, do our bit. She's got Alzheimer's and dementia. And what's really weird is about that, we ended up being with her for 4 years. And over that 4 years, we started to really realise the values of life. And we started to save our own money instead of trying to prove to everybody that we are something. We was living this extravagant lifestyle and not spending more money than we was earning to try and prove to the world we was something that we was not. And I heard Jay Shetty say something on a video recently, and he says, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I'm who I think that you think that I am. And that absolutely blew me away, because that's how most of us live. We think that other people think we're something, so we try to live up to that expectation. And really, when you drop that ego and when you drop that perception, things just start to work differently. Because when you realise who you are and you lose that ego and you kind of go, well, do you know what? I would love to drive a Mercedes, and I could probably afford to have that Mercedes. But I can easily afford to have the Ford. Just get the Ford. Because when at some point you can easily afford to have the Mercedes, then get the Mercedes. 5 years later, you know, we're in a position now where we are debt free, we are living our dream, we're getting to tour around the world as international artists. And I just want to share this message with the world to help people reshape their life. Because if we continue to be a victim, you will always be a victim. There's a very true saying that I picked up along the way. This is from Eckhart Tolle, that you can't change the past. Yesterday, there's nothing you can do about it because it's gone. And tomorrow doesn't exist. So all we can concentrate on is the now, today. But I think of it like this. If we make today the best day and be the most productive towards taking the steps to tomorrow of having the best day tomorrow, then today will become the past and tomorrow will become the now. And therefore, you will be building and resculpting and reshaping a better life, a more positive life. And it might take little steps along the way, but all of those little steps grow into the puddle, grow into the lake, that grow into the ocean. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos in the future. And always remember, you can create a world you design. Enjoy the journey and reshape your life.